I told Jalen, I'm like, yo, just give it to me. Just give me the hand though. Like, cause it's an RPO. So I'm like, bro, hand me the ball off. Trust me, like, I'm gonna score right here. Give me the ball, next thing you know. Up the middle, made one cut, boom, touchdown. My second touchdown came, I think it came in the first quarter too. That was the 9th. I think I went like 85 yards down the field. That one.
Know them shooters go. Soon as you meet, hop out on feet, yeah, that's that Uda flow. Don't ask what happened in the league, I don't want you to know. You gon' have me thinking you creeping, I can't shoot up.
Then my last one was a little screen. That one was tough too.
For me, there's a difference between when I think I could do something or when I know I could do something. So what makes you know that you can accomplish all of these things that I know that you have in your mind that you know you will accomplish? What makes you know that you'll accomplish those things?
I would say pretty much just me believing in myself. I always push, like, if I feel like I could do something and I want to do that and that's what I want to do, I'm going to put my mind to it, like, no matter what. So, like, I'm going to keep myself going, keep that in the back of my mind. Like, even, like, I'll write it down somewhere where I see it every day.
I'd probably be back at school if I took care of all my kin. But to everybody that stayed down.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Jay Lee. Me and him made a big impact here since freshman year. I'm gonna remember that. Ja-Khi Chance, class 2025, running back, Montclair High School. Running back, actually, not running back, athlete. I play anywhere.
Yeah, get bring the mic home, athlete.
Anywhere on the field, athlete. But yeah, that closes it out for real. But yeah,
coaches,
stay tuned.
Y'all gonna get a real one. Who wanna get a real one?
Coaches, lock in with me, man. Ja-Khi Chance 3 on Twitter. Yep, lock in with me. I'm telling you, I'm here. I'm ready to work.
Give is to Chance running left for a touchdown.
Super excited. Got my young boy in the building. One of my favorite athletes right now. We're at Montclair, man. We're at Montclair, a place that I know means a lot to you.
Yes, sir.
It means a lot to your journey. When a lot of people say, oh, they bleed blue, all this other stuff, I know that it means a lot to you. Ja-Khi Chance, first and foremost. Tell them, your position, what you play, what you like to do on the field.
I play a little bit of everything. I could play anywhere on the field, running back, receiver, corner, defensive back, even outside linebacker. I could play pretty much anywhere on the field.
Just to confirm.
I gotta do the same thing.
But yeah, I play pretty much anywhere in the field. A very patient running back.
Very patient running back.
Yeah,
Who would you model your game after? If somebody is just thinking like, yo, he's like this. I know you got your own style, but
a lot of people tell me with my patient, like being patient, Le'Veon Bell.
Like I was about to say.
But a lot of people also say Christian McCaffrey because they see like I can catch it from out the backfield, I can line up in the slot, stuff like that.
That's something that I see is big in today's game. Wasn't as big when we were playing. It's funny, I look at y'all type of offense where you said you could line up in the slot, and not to make it about me when I was playing, it's about you, but when I was playing, we had, it was Julian and I, you know Julian?
Yeah.
It was Julian and I in the backfield, they had Julian at fullback. I always thought like a lot of times they could, put me out, a little bit or whatever, neither here nor there, but I just like it when running backs can do a lot. And I like the Christian McCaffrey. I get the comparison with Le'Veon, but Christian McCaffrey, that's what you do. That's what you do. You a patient runner. I see him as a patient runner. When the hole's there, you're gonna hit it, and you could do a lot of stuff, create a lot of matchup issues with the defense.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Another one was Bijan Robinson too.
Who's that?
With the vision from Atlanta, Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, I know. Okay. See, I gotta pay. I don't watch this, but see, that's good. You watching more football than me. You should be. So that's somebody else that you would model your game after.
Yeah.
Growing up. All right, so growing up, who did you aspire to be like? Who was a running back or a different position that you thought, whether it could have been somebody, we were just talking about a couple of the old Montclair High players, it could have been an NFL guy. Who's some people that you looked up to?
When I was, first, when Odell came around,
catch,
I was modeling all that. Doing the dances, getting the jersey, feel me? Everything. Yeah, him. Another person I would say probably was Sean McCoy.
Yo, people sleep on Shady.
Yeah, Shady with the juke moves and all that.
People sleep on Shady. Like as far as just pure running back, like I'm an Odell guy. Like I was an Odell guy. But as far as like Reggie Bush was my favorite in college. But when you look at, I was looking at this interview that they had Reggie and Shady talking about their styles, and low key, I mean, when you talk about just pure running back, Shady in a different league. I mean, Reggie's Reggie, but Reggie did a lot of things. Like I would actually model a lot of your game, like after like a Reggie type. But Shady, as far as the cuts, the jukes, always going forward. You know, like he's in a league. Like I think of guys like even Barry. You watch. Oh, I'm taking it back a little bit. Yeah. But like guys that he's even different than Barry, because Barry to me was like a more juke. Shady is more just like just explosive cuts. Yeah.
Little 1-2.
Yeah.
Go.
I like Shady. What about on defense?
Defensively.
And before you answer that, so think about it. Are you the type of, when I was playing offense, like I played defense, but I only played defense just to get back on offense. Like I ain't really like defense like that in college. I mean, in high school. I was just playing it like, it's fun, you know, but my main thing is toting the rock, you know what I'm saying? So I guess going back, what defensive player, you know, do you like?
Right now, if I had to choose right now, I would probably choose, right now, who's somebody in the league right now that's...
Or in college, it could be Travis, it could be whoever.
Travis is different.
He's different.
Yeah, he's different. In college, if I go Will Johnson,
Will Johnson.
Michigan,
Okay. Michigan State with some athletes.
Yeah, him. From NFL now, we go now. Let me see a vet. I want to pick a vet, not a rookie. Denzel Ward.
Okay.
Denzel Ward, a corner. Kyle Hamilton, you know what that is?
Nah.
Baltimore.
Okay.
Dog.
Yeah.
He a dog.
All right, so do you like, that's a good question. Do you like the dog players? If you had to lean one way, you like the finesse players or like the dogs?
The dog is more like, it amped me up more when I see like somebody coming down here and making big plays.
Yeah, that's how
But the finesse is like, it's the same too.
Yeah.
You see somebody like Justin Jefferson route somebody up off the line.
Pure
Like
talent.
that. Yeah. That's another thing. But I'll probably say finesse if I had to.
Yeah.
Finesse.
Like and that's the thing, like a big hit gonna get everybody excited, but a turnover, that's gonna change the game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's different. That's what people getting paid for now.
Right.
Like all that big hit stuff, I feel like back in the day when it was more like I formation offense, it was different. You need the big safeties.
It was more popular back then.
Yeah, now it's like, bro, go get the ball back.
Yeah. Right. Every coach wants. That's all every coach talking about.
So I'm gonna give you somebody to study. You remember Honey Badger?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Study him, bro.
Yeah.
Study him. He's one of those players that undersized, makes an impact every time he's on the field. Every time, play with a little, play with that confidence that you need at DB. That confidence that you need, especially being a smaller DB. He goes and gets the rock, play safety, nickel corner, whatever you want. That's somebody that I would suggest that you study.
Yeah, another one for me, I'd say Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
The trash talking aspect.
I like it.
Because when I'm on defense, even on offense too, I'm gonna talk.
You'll
I'm gonna talk. No matter if we losing or not, I'm gonna talk.
That's funny. That East Orange game I came to, and the playoff one.
The playoff.
And I just sit there and I'm so jealous of y'all that y'all got to play campus. Like we never got to play campus. And all of them talk crazy. I'm like, yo, if we could just play them, like I'm telling you. So that's one of those games. It's more fun that way when you talk and you may know them. Y'all probably know the players better now. So y'all talking is different because y'all got social media. I remember we talked about that where it's like, what is it like now? Well, I mean, you grew up in it where you got so much access to your competition. You probably played with some of your competition in all these different leagues. What's that like?
I don't like. like for example, for the East Orange, I know a lot of them from like me playing against them, like with Cobras or even in flags.
So
like,
that's from the time you.
yeah, since I was little. So I know a couple of them. So yeah, of course, like they'll see us post something on Instagram about the game, like, oh yeah, we got them on the clock, like we not worried about stuff like that. They'll see that, get up under it, comment, do what they do, then it's just a back and forth thing.
Like, it create more excitement around it.
It's more attention to it. That's another thing with West Orange. Our games with West Orange got big off that because people seeing like how the comment section be like, yeah.
That's funny because that's something that I noticed. We never really played West Orange, so we never really felt that we had that rivalry. For us, the rivalry was Bloomfield, but we never looked at Bloomfield, just to be totally honest. We never looked at them like they on our level. Even if they beat us, it was like, damn, we lost to Bloomfield. Like we're trash. We lost. You know what I'm saying? But when you looked at like campus, it's like, nah, those the ones, whether it's basketball, because we always played against them in basketball, and we always hope we could play them in football. But those type of games, and I noticed for y'all, it moved more to West Orange. Yeah. That's where the rivalry kind of came.
I feel like it really started once. Yeah, it did. It really started once.
Somebody girl, see, that's it.
Probably, I would say, once a board transferred from here back, once he transferred his freshman year from here to West Orange, I feel like that's what kind of got
That was the quarterback?
There. No, he go to Illinois right now. He played corner.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He transferred from here to West Orange.
Dark skinned dude?
Light
let me see.
Let me show you. Yeah, Sabor Kareem.
An athlete, because y'all had an athlete, real good athlete.
Yeah, right here. He was at West. He was here and then he went to West Orange. Now he at Illinois. Yeah.
Dang. So West Orange, we never looked at them as like a powerhouse. They kind of got a good little.
Even they class 2025, they got a good class. Even they next year class, a good class too. That's where I think that class better than this year class, better than 2025. They 2026 class.
Yeah, the teams, it's totally different when we look at it. Like we had the parochials, we were at the beginning of the parochials, so it was really only Bosco, Bergen, and St. Joe's. Like it was, Ridgewood used to actually compete against Bosco and all them. Like they used to compete against them. Like that was the one team that, like from a public school standpoint, that can compete against them. But now y'all got all the parochials. And matter of fact, that's a good question to get into. I noticed that a lot of the parochials, they do a lot of recruiting from Cobras, Bulldogs. Like, so y'all been getting recruited since the time y'all like 10, 11, 12 years old. Right. What was that? Tell them about that, because that was a big decision for you. So y'all don't know, but
first before me being here, I was fully committed to going to St. Peter's in Jersey City, and that ended up changing. I feel like me staying here I wouldn't say I feel like it was better for me in a way, but at the same time it wasn't.
Pros and cons.
Yeah, pros and cons. Like the pros about it, I mean, I'm playing home. I know like I'm gonna get on the field immediately. I'm gonna make an impact here. Then the cons of it is like just like it's so much going on here, like with like people, school, just too much. Like a lot of bad.
When you the guy, that's what happens. When you the guy,
a lot of people that you like, a lot of your friends, like they got a different mindset than you. So like it's like you got to balance that out and like stuff like that.
That's tough.
So yeah, I was there. Then I ended up one day I was actually on the train going to practice. And I was just thinking to myself like.
So you had to take the train.
Yeah, like I had to leave. I want to say I had to leave the crib probably like 7 a.m. Probably even a little early, or wake up a little earlier. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I got to do this every day. Then when school starts, I'm gonna have to wake up a little extra early, and then I'm already having a little trouble waking up for this little practice, like waking up at 7, getting on the train, trying not to fall asleep on the train, waking up in New York, stuff like that, like trying not to miss it. So that's why like it was a big commute, like a big commitment. So I changed my mind, but hey, it's just how it played out.
I remember when you were contemplating it.
Yeah.
And my initial response was, nah, you need to stay at St. Peter's.
Yeah.
Like that was
everybody.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you need to stay at St. Peter's. Like, and you know, it took me, I don't even think I even realized it until you actually came back to Montclair. and it may have been months or maybe even longer than that, where I realized like, yo, I did the same thing. Like I did the same thing. Like I went to MKA for a year in 8th grade, and I was like, nah, I gotta come back.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing where it's like, okay, you go there, you have a good education, you could do. There was some pros to it, but nothing. It just meant more to me. Like football, actually, that's the first time that I realized. Well, actually, I shouldn't say 8th grade. Prep school was like that. But when you're not playing with the people that you grew up playing with, you realize that was a part of your love for the game. At least that was it for me. So it was like.
That's definitely how I was feeling. Like, I ain't gonna lie, one day when I had went to practice at Peters, I'm at practice, I'm like, damn, like, it feel weird. Like, I don't really know nobody. Like, I'm not playing with my bros. And then after, because I practice in the morning, so they practice later in the day. And one day I pulled up to their practice, and I'm just sitting there and just watching. I'm like, damn, I got a ball with my guys. And I'm like, I got a ball with my guys. We get older, we get to varsity level, we get our chip, whatever.
It meant more to you.
Yeah.
It meant more to you. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, for real. Because I think Montclair is different. And I think a lot of other towns can't necessarily relate, where it's like, okay, go to parochials. A lot of other schools, it's just natural. Like, you know, you want to get to a position where you can go to a school, you're not going to this high school.
Right.
But Montclair is different. First and foremost, Montclair, you're going to be able to take care of your grades. You know, you can get challenged academically as much as you want. To me, I appreciate it being such a big school and with so many different types of people. Yeah. Like, it's really like the real world.
Different, yeah.
Like you see.
Different, everything different.
And that was important for me. And then being able to just get back with my people. I can remember being at lunch at MKA 8th grade year, and there was a half a day like y'all got today, and I guess a bunch of my friends, I went to Mount Hebron, Buzz, whatever, Mount Hebron, and they were walking home, and I just remember somebody in my class saying like, yo, Dak, your friends are here. I'm like, what are they talking about? This is that recess. Like I was doing homework on the bench because I'm like, yo, this MKA was challenging. I'm like, yo, I wasn't ready for this. Like that gave me a shock. I'm like, yo, I'm over here doing homework at lunch. And I saw all my friends at the gate on Central Ave. And I ran over there and I was just so excited to see them. Like they were just walking home. And I was just like, dang, you know, I miss just being around my people. Like that was a part, like, yeah, it was football, but it was really just being around my friends and like working towards a goal with them and like really having that camaraderie.
Yeah, getting at it together with your boys, like either on the field, in the weight room, stuff like that.
Yeah, nothing's gonna replace that. And you always gonna have those pros and cons. You always gonna have those decisions where it's like, well, what if I did this? What if I did that? You made a decision, you stuck with it. You had a hell of a career, and now you're in a position where you're gonna figure out where you're gonna take it to the next level. So don't beat yourself up too much about that.
Right.
That's just how it is.
Right.
That's just how it is.
I'd say, I definitely feel like I made a big impact here. Definitely.
So then what
like on the field, definitely.
And I would even argue that the impact, hold on.
Damn.
We got teams coming in here.
Probably a sport.
They good.
Yeah, everybody finna start practicing.
All right, so we could always go upstairs, but we'll figure out. We'll do it here. But what was the last thing we were talking about? Shit.
Oh, me making an impact. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I would even argue that your impact was not just felt with you, your stats, your numbers, but also just the fact that your teammates, like when you the guy, when you the leader, they feel better when you on the field with them. Like they feel more confident. I'm sure, what was that like when you actually, because I'm sure they were asking you to come back. Yeah. What was it like when you first like, I'm back?
Like, I didn't like, all right, so boom. The only person that I really knew for real was G's or Lenny. So boom, that same time when I was thinking about it on the training stuff, after practice, I had called them. And I'm talking to him, I'm like, yo, I really like miss playing with y'all, playing with y'all when I was little, like when we was younger and stuff. And me and him was talking. And I was like, I might think about coming back. But I told him don't say nothing to nobody. So then eventually I ended up talking to like Fury before he left and all of them. So then talking to them.
Oh, so Fury was still here?
Yeah, he was still here. So I'm talking to all of them. Then I finally had the conversation with my mom. She was okay with it. She was just like, yeah, talk to my father. So I ended up talking to him. He wasn't going for it. He wasn't going for it.
He like, nah.
Yeah. He like, yeah, just like stay there. Just see if you like it. If anything, you could just transfer out after your freshman year. And I ended up coming back. But before I came back, I didn't say nothing to nobody. Then one day I just popped up at a practice. And then it was asking me, like, everybody asked me, am I playing or not? I'm still not sure because I'm still going to this practice and then I'm coming here to this practice too to see like where I feel like I should stay. So eventually I ended up talking to Coach Aubrey. He like, yeah, come back. You know that running back spot yours, like it's yours. Like playing, like you gonna play as a freshman. Like you're gonna play. You might even score as a freshman on varsity level. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, all right, cool. Come back.
Put the battery in your back. That's
Next
all you
thing
need to do.
I played like maybe like 4 weeks, 5 weeks of freshman ball. Yeah, maybe my first varsity game, they called me in the office upstairs, then they pulled me up to varsity. And my first game was West Orange, Friday nights at West Orange.
I remember that game. You had a run where you spun or
and
something.
I scored.
Yeah.
And then I had that run. I had another run. Then I got another run and I got hit hard. That was the first run I got hit hard. Then I actually started feeling, I'm like, all right, I know how this is now. Like, this game a little faster than what I'm used to. So then, that's when I got the little run with the spin move on scoring. But before that, I think, was it opening kickoff or did they score? It was their best player on the team anyway. He backed the receiver, like he
You
fast.
had a tackle.
Like, yeah.
I remember,
Hit him, like,
Uh-huh.
chopped him. Yeah, that was my first varsity game. I feel good. Even though we lost, I felt good after that game just because of like kind of an impact that I made during the game. Like getting the tackle, like he was running out. He reversed field. I was the last man left. He made the tackle.
Yo,
So,
that confidence. And cause I didn't get my first snap until a sophomore playoff game against Bloomfield. And to your point, that first adjustment hit.
Yeah.
I got out the gate, like I got hit that first hit, and I swear I was seeing double. I swear, like to this day, I'm so mad about that because I think about like, yo, if I could have just got used to it a little bit more, because it was like the playoff game. It was like I'm seeing all my idols, like Hart just scored. I'm like, yo, they throw me in there. I'm like, word, like get in there, boom, get hit. I'm like, yo, get this dirt out. I was talking to Nelly. I told Nelly, I'm like, yo, take the dirt out my eye. Take the dirt out my eye. He like, bro, ain't no dirt in your eye. I'm like, yo, I'm seeing double. I started tripping. I'm like, yo, get me out of here. Yo, they got me out of there. And I'm like, damn, I felt disappointed, but I'm like, yo, damn, I should have just stuck it out. But that level of confidence is different. When playing as a freshman, and even, yo, people don't realize at Montclair, that doesn't happen. Like, damn near sophomores don't play.
Yeah,
like when I was my year, no sophomore played. Like that was, I mean, if you count that as me, getting those snaps, but nobody played as a sophomore. That's just something that Montclair, you got a freshman team, sophomore team. Like we always had that, so we never looked at it to even thinking that I would be playing. But that had to give you a crazy confidence boost.
After that game, then I seen, what was it? Was it Livingston the next week? Yeah, we played Livingston. I think I got like 2 carries that game. I'm like, all right, I know I'm a freshman. I'm not going to trip on this.
Yeah.
Then we played.
Oh, you was trying to get some more touches?
Yeah, I was trying to get some more touches. Then we played Orange, and that's when we played Orange, and I think Jay Lee he ended up starting QB that game. Then he started QB that game. Then I started getting the ball. We coming this way towards the field house. First carry, I get it. I'm running to the outside, and I tripped over my feet, so I'm stumbling. But it was a touchdown. Like I swear, like I could have scored. So I tripped over my feet. I ended up falling. So then I'm like, damn, I don't think I'm gonna get it again. So then they end up moving the ball down the field. We get to like maybe the 20. Get to the 20 and give me the ball again. I get us down to about 15.
Yeah.
And they just fed it to me the rest of that drive. And one play we got down to like, maybe we was at like 8-yard line. Give me the ball. And I'm running like up the middle, like straight up the middle. So I get the ball, see the linebacker, put a little juke move on him. And once I do that, I see the end zone right here. So I just dive for it. And then I had my eyes closed till I got hit. So my eyes closed and I dove for it. I open my eyes, everybody's screaming. So I'm like, I scored. I'm looking around at the refs. The refs just standing there like this. I'm still looking at him. He put his hands up, and I was just happy as hell.
Yeah, bro.
Happy I got my first varsity touchdown as a freshman.
As a freshman.
Yep.
Yo, shout out to all for,
Yeah.
you know, putting that vision in your mind. Because if he didn't, you may have just been thinking like, I'll come back, we'll see what happens. But that set the standard. Yeah, we're gonna take this upstairs real quick. We got cats about to lift or whatever. So give us a sec. Yeah, we'll go upstairs for a second. All right, so y'all may hear a little bit of noise in the background. We thought we were going upstairs, but we're gonna stay right here. I forget where we even finished off.
Yeah, me too.
But matter of fact, now you talking about your freshman year and why it meant so much for you to be able to score as a freshman. Has there ever been a freshman? Well, the last freshman to score probably Daniel.
Probably,
What?
yeah, pretty much. Probably.
And before that, I don't ever remember a freshman scoring or making an impact. So that's big. Going from a freshman that's playing, like that's almost like a college experience. And I say that because for me, like freshman year high school to senior year high school, that's a huge transition compared to college, whereas like college, I felt like I could play as a freshman and it was just more, transition, but not as much. It wasn't as drastic, but you playing as a freshman and having 4 years to make an impact on varsity, what was it like from a leadership standpoint, like having to go from maybe freshman, you don't have to be vocal.
Yeah.
Sophomore, you may not have to be vocal. Junior year, you may not have to be vocal. Senior year, you may not have to be vocal, but they're looking to you to be a leader. And I was never the rah-rah type, telling other people what to do. I'm like, look, man, I'm finna do this. I'm finna get off. Y'all do what y'all need to do to make sure y'all can get off. That was always my energy. I just didn't want to tell people to do stuff. What's your approach to that?
For me, I ain't lie. I always even from middle school ball, coaches always seeing me as a leader. Even in school, teachers, other people, people follow after what you do. Even outside of school, outside if I'm just chilling, people follow what I do. I got a whole bunch of younger cousins that look up to me. So so leadership role for me, I wouldn't say freshman year. I mean, on freshman ball, of course, I'm gonna be a leader. But varsity wise, it wasn't really too much of it. Sophomore year, I kind of had to, because that was my first year actually starting. So I started defense my freshman year. I mean, my sophomore year, I started corner. So I was kind of vocal on the defensive side, helping people out there know what they were doing or something like that. Yeah, that's a big responsibility for a sophomore coming in, and that's good when you could be vocal at that. At least being responsible, and it doesn't, like I said, people confuse being vocal with being the rah-rah type, or leading with being just the rah-rah type. Right. You could lead without yelling at people, you could lead by example, but you added a layer where I'm not only gonna make sure that I'm responsible for my position, but I'm gonna make sure that I know what other people are doing as well. That's like the Patriot way. That's like the Patriots. That's how I remember I used to hear stories about them, and they used to, Belichick was famous for, if you on defense, you could play safety. You need to know what the D tackle's doing. You need to know what everybody's doing, because one thing, everything impacts others. So that's good from that standpoint. And then senior year, that's when you kind of get put in that position. Even junior year a little bit too. I was kind of put in that position I gotta play the leadership role, being starting running back now as a junior, and starting at corner, just starting both sides. That made me think it's time to take up the turn.
It's funny that you say you got a bunch of little cousins. I can remember vividly you very young, and up until now, being at Glenfield and always having a bunch of kids following you, always having a bunch of younger. I'm like, that's funny.
Always got a lot of people.
They always looking up to you, and you never abused it. You always, it seemed like you always took it as a responsibility more than people that may take it for granted. Putting yourself and saying hey, I got a lot of people following me. Some people may not want that type of pressure, but you seem to always embrace it as they following me, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm moving in a certain type of way. Right. How big was that for you?
I'd say it was it feel like it helped me grow as a person. Me like having to like not really take care, but like being around so much like my little cousins, being around them, helping them stay on the right path, and doing stuff like that, making sure they head straight. Just me helping them out. Like I hope that made me grow as a person.
It's funny, they say like to learn, you got to be able to teach. Like if you learn, the best way to learn something is to teach it to other people.
Right.
Because then if I'm holding you to a certain standard, and I know you're looking at me, now I got to make sure that I'm holding myself to that same standard at the bare minimum, you know, to make sure that you're believing in it, you know, what I'm telling you.
Because if you see, like, for example, if I'm your, like, I'm your role model, I'm your leader, and you see me doing some bullshit, you gonna think it's okay to do
That's
the
a
same
fact,
thing.
yeah.
So that's why you gotta really play your cards right when it comes to, like, being older.
Yeah. Have you always had this level of maturity, chill, calmness?
Yeah. I always been like pretty chill, calm. Like, you don't see me like really. I never really spaz out or nothing on nobody. Like I'm really chill, calm person.
Get that from your pops?
Yeah.
That's
Like only way like I'll really be like if you really like take me off, like, that's when like I'll start kind of tripping. But like, you'll never really see that side.
Yeah.
Of me. You'll never.
That's
That side of me. You'll never.
That's a very good thing. That's something that I see you, and it's hard for me even looking at you right now without seeing your dad.
Yeah, everybody say I look like you. We act the same.
Yeah, I see your mom too. And for y'all that don't know, so I had the pleasure of growing up with both his dad and his mom. His dad was my year, mom a year younger. And every time I see you, it's like a splitting image of your dad. And I'm like, all right. And I tell you, so they may not even know, but Ja-Khi is our first brand ambassador, student athlete brand ambassador for OG. And one of the reasons why it was so important to me is because your dad. You know, your dad, to me, I always saw him as, like, growing up, as somebody, if he would have had the same football opportunity, or if things could have went a different way, for whatever reason, like, I look up to your dad. And I had to tell him that the other day. I'm like, the things that he made like some things that I was able to do football-wise, but I like the stuff that he's doing and has been able to do, taking on the responsibility of being a real father and being a man of a household and leading the family. That's what I look up to now. Forget the football stuff. So it was really important for me. And when I see your dad, it just makes me so happy, you know, that because I see you and I see what he was able to do. And I feel like a lot of fathers don't always get the credit. You know what I mean? Like, you get all the heat, but you don't get all the credit. So that's how big has the support been from your mom and your dad? How big has that been for you?
Oh, very, very. Cause it been points like like after the season, like during the season, I'm feeling like, damn, like this could possibly like be my last time playing. Like I might not see it again if like coaches don't reach out. Like you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, like,
you just don't know that. What if the unknown?
So that like they both telling me like, just keep your head up. It's gonna come. The time's gonna come. Like, everybody, it's not gonna be the same as everybody. But it's gonna be a different. Like, you might have to take a different road to get to where you're gonna be. So, they definitely play a big role in like helping me stay motivated, keeping me on the right track.
There's not a lot of things that can give you more confidence at a young age, for me at least, than my parents believing in me.
Right.
And when your parents believe in you,
that boosts your confidence 10 times.
It's like it does something to you. Where for me, and I had a question on here that I wanted to ask you. It almost creates like a certain level of audacity in me where like people will be like, that's arrogant. You know, I really think that at least I used to say, I think I can do anything. Now, like I realize like, now I know I could do anything. And that just comes from the confidence that when your parents believe in you, it's like, nah, like, I could do whatever I want to do. Right. And you start to, I don't know, at least that's how, it was for me. All right, I got a question for you. Favorite superhero growing up? And then we're gonna go somewhere with that.
I'm gonna go Batman.
Batman? I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me why.
Even like watching movies back, like when I was younger, watching like those shows, like just watching Batman do what he do, like all like his fighting, like his fight. Even Spider-Man too. Spider-Man too. Them two, like just Spider-Man for the webbing around everywhere, and kicking everybody's eyes, and kicking all the.
Batman's different from. I appreciated Batman the older I got, because Batman's the only superhero, one of the only superheroes without like a superpower. You know what I mean? Like without something, like he's just a guy. Like his superpower is just, I don't even know what his superpower would be. Like he's just like that.
Yeah,
like
everybody else, like Superman, he can fly.
Hulk,
He's not a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, they all like they got different stuff.
Yeah.
That, like,
Batman just coming, give me my little bat suit, and we can go to work.
Fight with his hands, whatever.
Yeah, that's dope. So let me go back to a question that I asked, or that I was kind of like saying my thought process on even knowing that I can. Matter of fact, before we ask that, we're gonna take a sec. I want to make sure that y'all can hear with everything going on up there. So give me a sec, and then I'm gonna ask him a question about his belief in himself. That's what I'm gonna ask you. All right, so I want to talk to you about your belief in yourself. Something that I've always studied with real great athletes. They always have a strong belief in their capabilities to the point where, and I kind of alluded to it earlier, where other people may see it as delusional, arrogant, and it's really just confidence. And for a lot of people, when they see somebody so confident in themselves, where they have big goals, where they know that they can do certain things, for other people that intimidates them. So for me, my question would be for you is, what makes you think, and I kind of put that word think in air quotes, because for me, there's a difference between when I think I could do something or when I know I could do something.
Right.
So what makes you know that you can accomplish all of these things that I know that you have in your mind that you know you will accomplish? What makes you know that you'll accomplish those things?
I would say pretty much just me believing in myself. Like me, like I always put, like, if I feel like I could do something and I want to do that and that's what I want to do, I'm gonna put my mind to it, like no matter what. So like I'm gonna keep myself going, keep that in the back of my head. Like even like I'll write it down somewhere where I see it every day. Like that's
Hold up.
Like,
what got you on that? That's next level.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I feel like I sent maybe probably watching something, like watching a video or something, like that probably made me see like watching a motivational video or something like that. Like, boom, I'm watching that video and I'm like, all right, if I know I want to get this done, I gotta see it every day to make sure, like, all right, you gotta do something every day that'll get you closer to what you want to get to. So
You know what's funny about that? All right, so a bunch of things. That's like actually scientifically proven, where just by writing something down, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the number right, but I believe that you're 43% more likely to make it happen just by writing it down. I'll correct it in the video. I'll write it if the right percentage, but I believe it's 43%. And when I think back to, I'm gonna show you pictures of my room in high school, what it looked like. Up until a while, until my parents sold the house, I wouldn't let them change my room. I used to write down all my affirmations, all my goals, every negative thing that somebody said about me. I had a whole wall that was the first wall in my room. When you walk in, when you open the door, it was an okay wall. And it was all the negative stuff that people said about me. And I'd say, okay. And that, I wanted to see that for inspiration and motivation. And I wrote all my goals out actually on top of my bed. So I would see them when I'm going to sleep. I see them like, I'm gonna dream about those. That's what's gonna be on my mind. And then I also at night, I gotta make sure, like, damn, did you do everything today to get to those goals? Right. So that was always big for me, writing it down before I even understood exactly why. But think back to, I don't know if y'all still do it. Do y'all still put like magazines in y'all room and stuff like that?
No, I don't think.
See, nobody does that
I'm
anymore.
Sure
I remember like, and I didn't even really have the magazines. I more had pictures and just writing stuff down. But when you think about it, what a kid's room in the 80s or 90s used to look like, you got magazines just showing, like creating like a mood board, almost all the things that you want to see on a consistent basis. It's important to see those things. I really do believe in that, just having it on your mind. You guys have Doc B as a coach. Doc B?
Yeah. So
Doc B, he's the first person that introduced us to that. I don't know if he does it for y'all. He used to have this saying, see it before you do it. And when I was a freshman, like we all used to think it was a joke. Like we used to joke around, see it before you do it. Then you start to appreciate it. He used to run it was gladiator music in the background. And he used to, before the game, do this visualization where he used to run through the entire game. Like if it was you guys, it's like, yeah, then Ja-Khi, he takes a hit, you know, but he gets back up, and he used to go through the whole visualization. Like people don't realize how important that is, because to your point earlier, it can adjust your confidence in yourself. Yeah, that's so you being able to write stuff down, that's dope.
Definitely, I definitely visualize the game in my head before I play it.
Before you play it?
Yeah, definitely done that.
And that's
like,
something
that, how I'm gonna hit somebody, or how I'm gonna run somebody over, juke somebody, score a touchdown, stiff arm somebody, all that.
Yeah, it's important. It kind of gives you that, because for me, let me ask you this. I had butterflies before every game, before every hit. Yeah. Like you see the goosebumps come. I'm like, y'all can remember it, and I used to hate it.
Right.
I used to hate it, and I remember when I stopped playing, I was like, all right, I'll never have these, and now I miss them. Yeah. And I get them in certain areas where it's like something big's coming up, but that feeling before the game, where you're so excited, where you want to do well, you've seen yourself doing well. Yeah. How is that visualization before the game, and how do you think it's impacted you, like to become successful and stuff? And is that something that you'll continue to do in college and moving forward? Yeah,
definitely. I would definitely in college continue to like visualize what I'm gonna do in the game. Like, I feel like that definitely made an impact on how I play. Like, and make me like, it's basically like a goal, kind of basically a goal for me to set. So I would definitely do that. Yeah, definitely continue that.
Yeah, it's like talking about something. It's like there's a certain confidence that you could be confident in speaking about something, but if you've never done it, then it's still that question mark. But when you actually could visualize it to the point where it's like, nah, I felt it happen already. I'm ready to go. Do you get nervous before every game?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel the goosebumps like before every game. Like when I first come out, walking out, I'm definitely feeling it before every game. Like even like, cause now like I don't want to throw shit up. Like for instance, like Bloomfield, they not a good team now. Like Bloomfield and Barringer, we play Bloomfield and Barringer. We put up 40 on both of them. So, like,
tell me now, we gotta talk about that Barringer game.
Even them type of games, I was still like, even before, like when I'm walking out, like if I'm getting off the bus, cause we play both of them away. Both of them games, even though it's like it's a game, like even though it's an easy game, I'm still feeling all that. I'm still feeling the goosebumps. All that.
And that's what keeps you on point. And that's what I feel like. That's a lot of athletes in general. That's what makes them slip. I don't know if you're into boxing at all, but boxing is one of my favorite sports. And I know your pops is into it. I know your pops into it. And that's the thing with guys like Floyd Mayweather, who the ability to show up every fight and train 100% every time, not cut any corners, and get up for those, because it's easy to get up against a rival or somebody that's a team that may be supposed to beat you. But to be able to show up with that same consistent energy with a team that may not be as good, to me that's what separates like good from great. So that's dope that you are seeing that at a young age and experiencing that, because I don't know if I had that. I guess just the selfishness, like I'm finna get off on more of that, but that too. But just to not want to slack and just keep that energy there, that's big.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the Bloomfield game, that game, I went off that game.
We went off both of them games.
Yeah.
Which was the one?
The Barringer game, I kind of played a good game. We played on my birthday. I didn't get in the end zone, but I kind of played a good game.
So it was the Bloomfield game.
The Bloomfield game.
That's the one where I thought they messed up your stats. Matter of fact, my brother, he sent me something, and I was like, nah, I think they messed it up. Because when I first read it, and it was the player of the week that you up for, I thought it said like 5 rushes for like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So I had five carries for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns.
5 carries. He's
carries.
talking low. 5 carries.
Five.
For 204 yards?
Yeah, and then I had another 40 yards on a little screen pass for a touchdown. So yeah, I had a good game that game.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the game. I went into that game like even with the goosebumps, like I'm still know like cause we played them. I haven't played Bloomfield since my freshman year, like on the freshman level. So I'm kind of playing the same people I'm playing back then. So last year when we played them, I kind of had the same stats, but I had more carries. I had 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. I had a pick 6, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns my freshman year. So I wanted to do the same thing.
Hold up, what?
I had 3 touchdowns versus them, pick 6, and then 2 more interceptions versus them my freshman year on the freshman level.
That's before they moved you up?
Yeah, before they moved me up.
We got to get him up here.
Yeah, because we played them, what was it, week 2?
Yeah.
Because we seen East Orange first, and then I think we played Bloomfield.
Yeah.
So, so then going and playing, once we found out we played them next year, I'm going to that game. I even looked back at the film from back when I played freshman year. I'm like, yo, I was really giving them hell. Like, let me try to do the same thing again.
You finally playing against the kids your age.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're freshman, you're playing against all the older cats now.
Now I'm going to I'm like, man, let me do the same thing. My first carry of the game, before I even get the ball, once he caught a play, because our quarterback that we had, Jalen, he didn't play that game. So Jaden Lee ended up playing quarterback this year. Because our quarterback was on concussion protocol. When we got the play call, I'm just looking. I'm like, this the one right here. This the one. As soon as I told Jalen, I'm like, yo, just give it to me. Just give me the hand though. Like, cause it's an RPO. So I'm like, bro, hand me the ball off. Trust me, like, I'm gonna score right here. Give me the ball, next thing you know. Up the middle, made 1 cut, gone. Touchdown. Then I got it again. My second touchdown came, I think it came in the first quarter too. That was the 9th. I think I went like 85 yards down the field, that one. Then my last one was a little screen. That one was tough too.
Yo, I couldn't imagine having 5 carries,
only 5
yards.
Yeah, and that's the part. I didn't even get the player of the week, and I feel like a lot of people missed the 5 carries part. They just seen like
you ain't get player of the week.
No, I didn't get it. Who got it? Somebody from North Collegiate. They gave it to somebody. But I feel like that's the part they missed the 5 carries.
I thought it was a typo.
Yeah, they seen it 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the 5 carries. I got that all in 5 carries and 1 catch.
All right,
So I
I'm
touched
hearing,
the ball like 6 times that game.
So I'm hearing, obviously, you could do your thing on defense. We know what you do on offense. Next level, what you want to play? Or does it matter?
To me, I ain't gonna lie, it don't matter to me. I'll play anywhere on the field the next level. If I gotta start off on special teams to up my profile, to get my status up, I'll do that.
So you willing to go out there
I'm willing to go out there
enthusiastically and play special? Okay.
Yeah, I'll play anywhere. Because I realized this, like, I want to say maybe my junior year last year, that's when I really realized that special teams really, like, it played a big part in the game. Like, a lot of people take special teams for granted, and that's what the coach was telling us. And I really played a big role.
Special teams get you, you know what it is? It's an easy way.
It's an easy way to get on the field.
To get on the field and to show out and to let that coach know exactly what type of player you are. Because people don't realize special teams is a monster. Special teams is harder than, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a long play usually, and you got to do a whole bunch of stuff. You transitioning either from defense to offense or offense to defense a lot of ways, if it's punt or whatever. But it's a monster. But you've already had the track record, I guess, because your freshman year, that's what kind of got you that first kickoff. So it's special teams is something that I wish I would have taken more seriously.
A lot of people take special teams for granted. Like, they look at it as a playoff.
Yeah.
Even me, like my freshman, sophomore year, like, I'm looking at special teams like, yeah, this ain't nothing but a playoff. It ain't nothing really happening. But in reality, special teams is really a big part of the game. No matter when it comes down to field goal, because you never know, you may got to kick a field goal to win the game, or you may got to go on kickoff, make a big hit, cause a fumble to win the game. all that.
Game changer.
Yeah.
And it gets, to me, special teams gets the rest of the team excited in a different way.
Right.
Because a lot of times, it is what you said. It's the players that may bust their ass every day in practice and knowing that they're never going to get to carry the ball. They're never going to get to play start corner maybe, or maybe they will, but it's not likely, you know what I'm saying? But on special teams, when you see somebody go out there who's hungry, who really like, it's not that they deserve it more, but it's like something about that feels good. Where it's like, yo, who had that hit? Like, you know what I mean? So that's dope. That's dope. And to be willing to do that, I know there's a lot of college coaches, that's gonna be music to their ears.
Yeah, definitely. Even like for the college coaches that, if y'all see it, one of my teammates, Oswald Russell Jr., he would be one of the, if you was to recruit him, he'd be one of the best gunners you'll ever get.
What's his name?
Oswald Russell.
Oswald Russell?
Yeah.
He's on the team now?
Yeah.
So y'all heard him. He said, all y'all college coaches at gunner, he's the guy.
Yeah. Oswald Russell Jr.
Oswald Russell Jr.
Yo, even at running back, he was the second string running back. Me and him together, big.
Oh, that's
impact.
the shifty?
Yeah, the 13.
Yeah. That's funny.
Gunners, kickoff return, punt return, all that. He a real deal.
That's dope that you showing him love, man. That's dope that you showing him love. That says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. So you don't mind playing defense, you don't mind playing offense, don't mind playing special teams. You just want to make an impact. You want to make an impact, and you're going to be a coach's dream, man. And I think that's important.
Yeah.
It's important to, you realize that, and a lot of this stuff I didn't realize until I was older. You think it's just about touchdowns, interceptions, big hits. But in all actuality, it goes back to what you said you were doing as a sophomore playing corner. It's representing the coaches on the field, being trustworthy. I think that's going to go a long way. But that's exciting. So what for the college coaches that are looking out there, for the lucky coach that does end up getting you to come on board, what are they going to get from Ja-Khi Chance?
On everything you're gonna get, I'm gonna put that work in no matter what time of the day it is. I'm gonna come ready to work. I'm gonna always, in school, that's nothing you really have to worry about with me. I always stay good with school, having good grades, staying on the right track. Like my mom, she always made sure that I was good with school. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely put in work on and off the field, show I'm a good person, definitely.
We got to talk about the school, and shame on me. We done been recording for at least 45 to an hour, and we haven't. And that's actually, it's funny for a lot of kids. That's something that you got to worry about.
Yeah.
I feel like coaches, one of the first things I've heard recruiters and stuff like that. Well, how were his grades? You know what I mean? And you sent me your grades the other day. You text me them, and I'm like, damn, like. All right, so he could go anywhere he wanted, and that's so that's moms. Yeah. So shout out to Ish, shout out to you. That's big because I know that you don't. I go back and forth about having a plan B or not. You know what I mean? My plan, the older I get, the more I'm more with this is my plan A. And I hope I'm not telling you anything. I'm just sharing. This is my experience. You know what I mean? And I always had, the academics I always took seriously because like your parents, my parents were on me about like, forget all this football stuff if your grades aren't right. But, no, period, no but. I'm trying to think of my mindset. When you have good grades, it allows you to go all in with the football.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it. So for me, it's like, that's not necessarily my plan B, a fallback. I'm not looking at it like that, but there's just certain things that I have to make sure are in line and that I'm meeting these certain standards. So that way I could just go all out with football.
That's how it was for me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, during the season, even like before the season, like I never had to worry about going to summer school or doing extra hours because I skipped class or I missed something. I never had to worry about doing that. So like when it came down to summertime when we in like camp, I never had to worry about going up to the school, doing work and everything. because I was always on it during school. Like I would never even like sometimes even now sometimes I hardly have homework because I get everything done like in school because I have like a study hall. So I'll be just getting everything out the way so I don't gotta worry about nothing like, later. Only thing I really do at home is like if I got a test or something, I study for a test. Yeah, but other than that.
Cause he hit me Monday. I said, "What you doing? What's this week looking like?" Oh, nah, today I gotta get home, do a project, gotta do this, that.
Yeah.
So what got you? Cause that's time management.
Mm-hmm.
So those are life skills. I don't even look at that as sports skills or that's just life skills. How were you able to develop it? What made you first realize like, oh, if I get all my homework done in study hall, I don't have to stress about it at another time. I don't have to worry about these things and waste time in my summer. Y'all got to deal with summer school.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I could go to the gym.
Yeah.
I could play a video game. I could do whatever I need to do because I've earned, the ability to have a little bit more freedom. What made you adjust your mindset, or who, if there's somebody in your life, or just kind of did you just develop it from seeing different people? Yeah. What got you like that?
I would say probably like quarantine. I feel like quarantine changed me a lot. I feel like it definitely changed me a lot.
For the better?
Yeah, for the better. I think quarantine changed it made me realize like during school, so for the beginning, like my grades was always good.
Right.
Like when quarantine first started, like I would cause you had to wake up early, join Zoom meetings. So like that was kind of hard to like join a Zoom meeting while being in the bed. So at first, like I was a little bit slacking with that. So then once I'm slacking with that for a little bit, then I had to like realize like, I gotta stay on track. Even though I'm home, like, I still gotta get this work done if I want to still play football, if coaches, even for high school, because that's when I was thinking about going to St. Peter's. So if I want to go to Peter's, of course my middle school grades and all that gotta be good for me to get into the school. So, yeah.
That's interesting because a lot of people look at it at that time of year or that time that we had 2020 hurting y'all.
Yeah.
And even from a work standpoint with adults, a lot of people slacked off because it's like, I can work from home. Like, I'm gonna get this work done while I'm watching this Netflix though. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people slacked off. So you were able to learn a lesson from it.
Yeah.
You were able to see, like, okay, for me to be on point as if I was in school, I gotta make certain adjustments in my life. So you actually got the experience maybe early on that a lot of people maybe didn't get. So you use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
That's something that, go ahead.
Cause when we first started Zoom, it was a little hard. I ain't gonna lie, like me having cause I got the game in front of me, so of course I want to play and that's when 2K21 was out. That's my favorite game. So of course I wanted to play 2K with the guys, or I want to be on my phone or something. So that's like why I realized that, all right, boom, this time from like 7 in the morning to whatever, like 1 o'clock, whatever my last Zoom in. I know I could be on my phone, like when the teacher talking or something, like it's something important, like that's when you put the phone away, put the controller away, like throw it away from you so you don't so you don't touch it, like so you don't be tempted to touch it. So, that's what it really made me like realize.
That's big. You learning a lot of life gems at a young age, and I know I'm even guilty of this, looking at y'all younger generation like, man, they don't work, they don't do that. There's a lot of things that y'all having this convo with you, you're far more advanced than I was, and I think a lot of my peers were. So that's good, man. That's good. I'm excited. I'm excited for you, and I hope this comes across the right way, no matter what happens. I'm excited for you. I understand that some of the things that you're interested in, some of the schools that you may be interested in, but people like you learn from your mistakes, you learn from watching other people, you're able to make adjustments. People like that, the same way you got to adjust in a football game, you got to adjust in life. People who can make adjustments, those are the people that become successful in life. People that develop leadership qualities at a young age, that always got people following them and take that as a responsibility in a mature way rather than using it for something bad maybe and letting it get to your head. Those are the skills that are going to take you to have a successful football career, however long you want it to be, whether that's college, whether that's the NFL, whether that's whatever it is that you want it to be, you take it as far as you take it, and the rest of your life beyond football is gonna be so amazing, bro. It's gonna be so amazing. My thing was always, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna compete.
Right.
So if I'm playing football, I'm going to compete at the highest. Like I'm going to the NFL. This ain't a want. Like this is a commitment, you know. And I always looked at it as that. So being able to then transition into life, it's like, okay, how can I take that same energy and be successful in life? And that's what I'm still trying to figure out, you know, day to day. You never, in my opinion, you never have it figured out, even though it sounds like, yeah, I'm looking at you like, damn, he got it figured out. But I'm just excited for you, bro. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your family. I hate the way this season went as your senior year. I had a disappointing senior year too. And that could put a stain on a lot of things. It could put a stain in your mind. It could put a stain when I look at stuff like this, with all these people on the board, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to be one of them ones, like have one of them years. And use it. Use it. Because it's like one of the, what we were talking about earlier, adjustments. People that are able to use their current situation to have a better future, that's what, let it motivate you, bro. Let it, listen to some Kobe, like, you know, when people, like, he had some down years. I was listening to something earlier with Shaq and Kobe. Like, I'm the type of person that is fueled by, you know, I like when people celebrate me, you know, but I like more when people doubt me. I can't front. Like, I love that shit, bro. I love that shit. When somebody tells me I can't do something, even if I don't want to do it, now it's gonna get done. Right. So, I mean, you give us any final words. I'm proud of you, bro. Proud of you.
That was pretty much it. Other than definitely what you said about having out the back. This season I just had, it's definitely gonna stay in the back of my head forever. It's gonna help me grind more, accomplish more, realize like, damn, like, I could have had that chip. But now I ain't have it, so now I got to do something to make me feel better about that.
So one of the things that with the brand ambassador deal that we worked with Kai was it was important for me to have you sign something because, and that's for you. That's not even for me, and it's because there's certain commitments that we can make to other people. But the ones that we make to ourselves, that's ultimately going to determine the outlook of our life. So I know you're honest with yourself. I know when you say something, it's going to get done. And I just ask you to, no matter what happens, no matter if you get into the school that you want to get into, no matter what happens, I'm just asking you because I see something special in you. I know what you have in you.
Yes, sir.
Don't ever stop believing in yourself. Right. Don't ever stop knowing who you are. And I know your family will never allow you to do that. Right. But even I had a very supportive family, so I understand the cheat code that is. There's still going to be some days where I can remember calling home crying, you know, like questioning stuff. Like, I don't know if this is it for me. You know, you start letting other people creep into you or your friends. They adjust their goals, and maybe you're like, all right, well, maybe this football stuff isn't as important to me. Maybe this isn't as important. Maybe this is important. Stay locked in, bro, because there's people that have unique qualities that come around not so often. Right. And it's your duty to do exactly what you said earlier with your little cousins and everybody else that's following you. It's your duty. Just like I think it's my duty to move in a certain way so I can have conversations with you where I'm not telling you to do something to learn from my mistakes. I'm telling you like, hey, this is what I was able to do. I feel comfortable being able to pass some, you know, some of my experience on to you. So keep being a leader. You're inspiring me. You're inspiring a lot of people who I'm sure you may not even know that you're inspiring. And have fun. That's the main. Matter of fact, all this stuff, have fun. Because whether it's you at St. Peter's, whether it was me at MKA, whether it was me at prep school, sometimes things change and things don't become as fun. Get back to that fun where I saw you running around Glenfield telling me you could beat me in a race, all this other. Get back to you're gonna be able to accomplish so much. And I know I'm talking a lot, but it's important for me to get this across to you. Have fun, bro. And I wouldn't tell everybody that. I would only tell somebody who's responsible that. Have fun, bro. This life's supposed to be fun. Football definitely supposed to be fun. Even school's supposed to be fun. So enjoy this next half of the year. And by enjoy, I mean work your ass off to accomplish everything that it is that you have the audacity to believe that you can accomplish.
Yes, sir.
Sit with that, bro. You know what it is. What up, bro? Locked in.
Yep.
And I'm gonna let you carry it out, and we going.
All right, yep, that was the interview right there. Ja-Khi Chance, class 2025, running back, Montclair High School. Running back, actually, not running back, athlete.
Athlete.
I play anywhere on the
Get
field.
the camera, bring the mic close, athlete.
Anywhere on the field, athlete. But yeah, that closes it out for real. But yeah,
Coaches.
stay tuned.
Y'all gonna get a real one. Who wanna get a real one?
Coaches, lock in with me, man. Ja-Khi Chance 3 on Twitter. Yep, lock in with me. I'm telling you, I'm here. I'm ready to work with no matter what it come down to. I'm ready to work. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
We'll see y'all soon.
Give is to Chance running left for a touchdown.